Hi, I'm Caudullo, and welcome to this tutorial on Sony Spectral Layers 2 and SoundForge Pro 11. For those of you who don't know, Spectral Layers 2 is the newest upgrade to the revolutionary, award-winning audio software application. It has created the new standard for audio spectrum editing. SoundForge Pro 11 is the newest version of an application that has been the choice for a generation of creative artists, producers, and editors. What we're going to look at today is a real-world example of how these two fantastic programs dovetail together to solve your audio editing problems. In the field, you don't always get to record audio in the pristine conditions that you would normally have in the studio. This can cause many problems, not the least of which is ambient room noise that sounds like a hiss or hum. Let's start out by opening this WAV file in SoundForge Pro 11. I cut this clip from the main clip in order to show you how quickly and easily you can solve this type of problem. Let's have a listen.
Welcome to Thailand's largest island, Phuket, the Pearl of the South.
As you can hear, we've got some good audio to work with. We've even got some chirping birds in the background, and then we've got a pretty good sounding announcer. But I am sure you could hear that hiss. Let's expand the view so we can see the hiss easily in this graph. Let's have a listen. Normally, we would just mute the areas in between the announcer speaking to get rid of this, but it still leaves it floating behind his voice. Let's see how we would handle this with Spectral Layers Pro 2. To do that, we go to the Tools tab, the drop-down, and notice that here at the bottom we have Edit in Spectral Layers Pro. Click on that, and the process automatically opens Spectral Layers Pro 2 and creates a timeline with the clip. It already looks different, but now let's click on the 3D Displace button and move our waveform around so that we can see a 3D view of it. Next, let's increase the gamma so that we can see more detail in the low volume areas that are on the timeline. Let's use the select button and highlight the area to listen to the hiss that we want to get rid of. Our first step is to create a duplicate WAV file so we don't accidentally damage our original. Right-click on the WAV file in the Layers bin, and then click Duplicate. Let's turn off the audio on the original by clicking on the speaker icon. Since what we're going to do is extract that sound, we're going to need someplace to put it. Next, right-click in the Open area of the Layers bin, and then click New in the menu. Finally, double-click on the layer bin, and let's change the name to Hiss. On the left side of the application, let's click on Extract Noise. You now see a register noise in the area above. To create a good noise print, we need to register what that noise is made of. Click on Register Noise, and let's use this area, where we can see there is no other sounds overlapping. Toggle Close Register Noise, and we're ready for the next step. We can go anywhere on the clip where the unwanted noise exists and highlight what we want to get rid of. We don't have to do all of the clip, just the type of noise that we want to eliminate. We go to Process, Extract, and Noise. Spectral Layers Pro 2 takes care of the rest. Notice that the area of noise we highlighted and other frequencies associated with that noise have turned a yellow color. In fact, if we turn off the sound icon on our voiceover, you can see now in red exactly what we have extracted to the hiss layer. In order to remove the sound from our original, we now need to invert the phase of the hiss layer. With the phase at negative for the hiss layer, we can now click the empty area of the Layers bin and see what has been removed. Let's listen to what we created.
Welcome to Thailand's largest island, Phuket, the Pearl of the South.
Notice that our hiss is gone, but we kept the bird sounds and our announcer. In fact, his voice sounds cleaner than when we started. All that's left to do now is to save our project. Let's call it Hiss, and then close Spectral Layers Pro 2. When we do that, a pop-up window appears asking if we want to save this back to our original editor. Click OK, and then decide on the specs that you want to save it as. And here we are, back in SoundForge Pro 11 with all the changes made to our clip. You notice we have made the correction between the two programs and now have a much better sounding clip without all that noise. There are many other things that we can do to this clip to sweeten the sound, but we'll cover those in another tutorial. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.